now all of a sudden, I'm able to set the ball here. They're still able to get their feet wide, correct? So your range, I call it your hula hoop. Your hula hoop just got lots bigger, correct? So now you're going to make my setter look even better, correct? Okay. The other thing I want you to think about, you have to make my setter look good, and you will never get a bad set. A bad set is better than no set, correct? How many of you have kids that go, oh, that setter doesn't set me too enough, Mom, Dad? I only got 4 swings and Susie got 24. Your 4 swings better than the best 4 sets that setter made, right? They better be telling me, yeah, good job, great set, great set, great set. Boy, I'm setting that girl again, correct? So you know what your job is. You got to make that setter look good. You got to tell that setter every set is good. The only setter that's bad is what? The only set that's bad is tight. The only one. Are you allowed to tell them that it's too tight? No! Absolutely not! Don't you think that setter, you're going to set right now, don't you think that you know that that setter's tight? Oh yeah. Don't let your hitters tell you the set's too tight or too low. They know. Okay? And the other thing I tell my hitters, that's my job. Don't talk to my setter. Okay? We good? Alright, so if you can get your feet here and still hit a ball that I'm tossing to here, do you think maybe you could get your feet to here and hit a ball that is tight? Think we could do that? Okay, I put this piece of tape down here, and I have that in my gym during preseason across the whole court. We call it the no jump zone. Stay out of the no jump zone. Nothing good happens in the no jump zone. If we're in here, we had to put on brakes, we had to go vertical, and we lost inches. We weren't able to use our fast approach. You know, we get in the mat, we get under the mat, we get locked, nothing good happens. For whatever reason, in young setter's mind, the most beautiful set is about right here, correct? It just looks so pretty. But boy, that's really tough to hit. Now, I could say as we coach younger athletes, we want to keep them off the net because they're smaller. And this helps, correct? But at Siena Heights, my 6'9" outside hitter guy that's in here is now facing a 6'9" middle blocker whose arms are over here also. So really nothing good happens right here. It's pretty, but it's not functional. Got the message? Before we get to you, ready? I want your feet behind that line, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a little, we'll keep them off first and we'll make it a little tighter. And I don't ask my setters to set tight when we're training outside here because I don't want them to have practice bad habits. Okay? Feet behind that little line. Great, Mike. Great. Great. All right, I'm going to inch you up a little bit. Ready, Brady? Oh, that's just uncomfortable, isn't it? Oh, he was trying really hard. All right, we don't like that. All right, in my gym, we have some of these square pads, and what I'll do is I'll have somebody stand here with that square pad opened up, as if it's a wall. You don't want your toes in there, you don't want your knees in there, you don't want anything in there. Okay, so I'm asking you to keep your feet behind there. Know that it's tight, but stay on the wall. Okay? So what I'm asking them to do, control their body. So I don't care if it's attacking, passing, serving, whatever skill we're doing, if you control your body, you're going to control the ball. We good? Awesome. Awesome. And hit it. Now go lefty. That was low and tight. Good job. Okay, so we can do that. Give them a hand. Those were uncomfortable sets. Okay? They did a variety of things. Hit lefty, pokey, roll, tip, whatever. My next phase of this would be, okay, we're going to work on tipping this ball. I need a Lance, come up here, please. Stand right on the line, about 8 foot off. And then come on up here. Just this. Let's say right on the yellow line. You have a choice. You can tip on the line. I'm pretty literal. On the line, on the yellow. Angie's laughing. Angie's laughing me. Okay. That's your only choice. Somehow, some way, tip to one of those guys. Okay? I don't care. Right hand, left hand, whatever. It's going to be tight. Ready? Somehow, some way. Good job. Somehow, some way. Good job. Somehow, some way. Good job. Good job. All right, so some kids in your gym are going to be able to hit both. Give me a third person. Emma, why don't you go over here for me, please? And why don't we go at the T of the gray line right there? Perfect. All right, now you have a third option. Somehow, some way, see if you can hit. Oh, that's pretty nice. I like that. Okay, so as we do this, two things. I am logging in my mind who is capable of what. Some of your outside hitters just aren't comfortable or strong enough to make that shot. I need to know that. Because in a match, I'm not going to ask them to do something that they are comfortable or can't do. Which is the easiest? Down the line? I think this is the easiest. I think they all can do that. Some of them get their bodies turned and their hand goes funky, and I don't know what happens, but some of them just can't do that one. But you as a coach need to know that. Okay? And then we need to say, Mike, you threw that one all the way across, right? All right, assets and liabilities. Maybe because I'm getting closer to retirement, all of a sudden I'm talking about assets and liabilities. My players don't want to hear, what was it I used to say, tools in the tool belt, or you can do that, well, that's good, that's bad. They don't want to hear that anymore, right? Because I call, oh, they did that, don't do that. But they don't want it to be categorized, right? But they're clinging with assets and liabilities. So you know what your asset is? You have that shot. That's awesome. Use your assets. Okay? And then when we talk about liabilities, oh, we got to get rid of those liabilities, right? Get rid of them. And they like to get rid of those liabilities. I don't know why it clicked, it worked, and that's what I'm using these last couple of years. Whatever works. My 6'9" guy, my outside hitter, holy moly. I don't know what he reaches. We don't have no tech. We're a small school. But it's up there. And he wants to hit down. And it took 2 years to convince him that his assets are 6'9" and up there. And now, as the freshmen come in, and he's a senior, because you don't have the assets that I have. And it just makes me crack up. As a freshman has no idea what he's talking about, but the cool part is the kid knows. Now what he does, he said, Coach, I can hit over that set every day. I'm like, okay, good. That's your asset. Hit over that set all day long. So whatever lingo you have to come up with to make it click, use it. All right, that's your asset. So, we play a team, and they have their right back. Bree, what's your asset? Pick an asset. Line? You want to go with line? Okay. So now we have a situation where, we're playing a team and somebody comes up and they're all over that. And it's not there. You can't go to your asset. What are you going to do, Bree? Tip to the middle? You going to try something crazy and go over there? No. That's a well thought out plan here. Okay? Let them know what their plan is. They need to know what they do best. So when they're in a situation where they get a tight set, they know what they are capable of. So it's okay if Bree can't go along there. It's okay that she knows that that's covered. Now I've got that. And I'm like, great job. In the meantime, Mike, Emma makes a mistake, puts you in a bad situation, and you tip right there to justice. What am I saying to you? You're not using your assets. Absolutely. My expectations of him are different than her. How many times are you going to get set tight before you go to your plan A? I hope early, right? But if they know what their assets minutes and see what their defenders are doing, who's able to pick up what. I mean, I just walk up to my outside hitters, hey, you're going to have this plan A, plan B, you're going to have this plan A, plan B. That's it. That's all it takes to get prepared for a match. Are we doing that? It makes their life easy. Keep it simple. Give them one or two things to do. And whether it's a bad situation or if it's a good situation, your assets are probably different. Okay? I had a player, Rachel Aquinella, who was great at MAC. I don't know how many times on MAC. Kid could not get line to save her life. We're out at Navy, her freshman year. Come on up here, please. And they figured that out. And they are blocking her that much cross court. And she hit admirable. She could not hit line to save her life. And we watched film. She said, Coach, I don't know why I can't do it. I'm like, okay, you're agreeing with me that you can't do it. We're not going to fix this in a week. It takes longer than that. So all we're going to do is we're going to give you options on that half of the court. Because she was a freshman. It's the middle of the season. Hitting line for freshmen sometimes at that level, that's going to take longer than a week. And I needed her the next weekend. Make the court smaller, tell them what their options are, what their assets are, whatever, and let them compete that way. When you have a weekend off and you have no practice time, then start working on some other things. But put them in a good situation. Okay, ready, set? Emma, ready? Emma. No tight set. Worst set you can make is a tight set. Okay, and I'm going to help you out. Okay, I'm going to stand over here. And I want you to step to me, toe to me, hands to me. Every single time. And you want to talk to Emma? That's awesome. Awesome. All I ask you to do, right? Awesome. Great job. Great job. Every single one of those is hittable, especially at match point, championship point. What happened to setters? One more. What happens to everybody match point, championship point? We try to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect. We just need to be good. That's the worst part about coaching men. They all want the big bounce right now, no matter how high, how low, how inside, how outside, where it came, doesn't matter, they all want the big bounce. Our women's team, we can just be good. Okay, match point, I just know I'm going to hit a good shot. I know what my assets are, and I know what the liabilities are over there. They should know on match point who they're going to, either a who or a where. Because if they have a libero they like to move around, or if they have a little blocker who sometimes serves and goes to left back, sometimes she serves and goes to right back, whatever, they need to know a where or a who. And if they know at the end of the timeout, or if they know before the serve what their assets are and liabilities are, and they have plan A and plan B, it's really pretty simple, isn't it? And it's really pretty simple for you to prepare them for some of those things. I have a lot of former players that are coaching, high school, club, college, and every year I get a call. Coach, used to be, can you mail me? Now it's can you email, send a text, whatever. Airdrop, your practice plans, your drills. Oh, first of all, I don't have them written down. Wish I did. I could make a lot of money. It's not like I just come up with a book and let's passing. I'm going to pick out number 47 today. Sitting, I'm going to pick out number 72 today. It doesn't work that way. So then I tell them, well, wait a minute. You just want me to send the whole thing? Oh, yeah. Okay. Why are you coaching? As coaches, we need to be problem talk about change agents and problem solvers. So we eventually get to the conversation where, all right, what problem are you having with your passers? And now let's break it down, and then we can talk about maybe some type of drill to add to the end, but after we do some breakdown, skill-wise. And they call me back, a week later. Okay, now I'm having this problem. Yes, that's what I want to hear. This is the problem I'm having, and this is how I'm going to solve it. When we go do our 30-minute server pass for Division 1, often, we follow up somebody else's practice. And I love when coaches leave me their practice plans. Steal them all, take a look, what do they do? And the absolute thing that drives me nuts, especially basketball coaches. 4 o'clock to 4:10, we're shooting free throws. 4:10 to 4:20, we're doing fast break. And it's just all split up, and they got their clock running, and they're jogging on the spot, and I can't run practice time. If you saw it doesn't look too much different than this, even though it's 2023. But I have an outline, I start with an outline. Maybe I have 6 things I want to work on. I usually get through to 1, and then I write this arrow over here. Tomorrow I got to add this, but I didn't get to that. Then I write what I did do, and I circle that. Do that again on Wednesday. And it looks like this gibberish thing, but it makes sense. Sometimes I feel like I have a goal, I want to get this done, but something else crops up, and I want to address it immediately. So there went my 4 o'clock to 4:10 right out the window. But that's okay, because then I have a couple things that I'll box. No matter how sidetracked I get, I will finish these 3 things in practice. So that's what my practice plans look like. There's a method to the madness, but I think we always end the day achieving something, and I always tell my team that if I ask them a quiz at the end of practice, I'm pretty pleased because most of them would get an A on it. Because I communicated what we were working on, what the goal was, how to win the drill, and then were we successful? Usually to a certain point, yes. We're not going to finish anything losing the drill. If I have to make adjustments on our goal, adjustments in the drill, we're still going to win the drill. Make sense? All right. Middle, let's move to the middle. I go through the same thing if it were a set that were wide, give them parameters, somehow, make that first step, find a way to cut back. Same thing we did here. Middle, we have a setter there. Setter. What's on the list? Worst type of set we can make to the middle? No. That's the outside. Too low. Too low. No matter what you do, it can't be too low. Now, I'm going to preface that by saying we've already established outside too tight. That's a no deal for anybody now. So we're too tight's already out of it's not an option. So it can't be too tight, it can't be too low. Got it? Other than that, let's hit a 1. You good? That's awesome. I love it. Okay. Thank you. I love good demonstrators. All right, let's have you back up the set a little bit now. To the net. We can't go too tight, right? So I tossed you up a little bit, and then where'd you set that ball? Yep, look at my arm. Okay, see, that's not on. You could set this way, look at my arm, find a drive, or you could set this way. Those are your only 2 options. Now, if I head back to the 10-foot line, we have different rules, but for the purpose of the drill, you're allowed this or this. We have another piece of tape on the floor. Bree, I think that might be for you. Mike, your tape might be a little longer because I want you to be a little bit more explosive. Stay back. We talk about BGs in the middle. BGs, big girls, big guys. There's always a BG in the middle, right? Yeah, and it's a BG. Always a BG. There's not a BG. I don't know who doesn't have a BG. Always a BG here. Give them room. Ready? No stories. Mike, I love this. You were back here flying. And that's what I want for my middles. assertive, aggressive. Just Mike? You're out? Okay. We call that whining. No sorries, no my bads. Some people do this, but that's me. No whining in the gym. A little tighter than that, please. All right, ready? Come on, Mike. Awesome. Awesome. We're missing the right way. Awesome. This is a great progression. This is what I want from my setters. You're here and you're high, correct? The third thing I'm going to tell you is I want you to take your hands to their head. A lot of coaches say take your hand to their hand. It's so hard as a setter to see a hand. You can see their head. And you put it in front of my head, I've got a pretty good box or window or again, if you'll hula hoop. Just take your hand to their head and you're going to find them. Okay? Right? Keep saying that, Bree. That's the only job. We're good. We're still. What? You're whining. Did you see that? Your only good response to me, no, coach, I'm thinking. I just look like I'm whining. Thinking. Okay? What are you going to change? Did I even talk about that? Why are we worried about that then? Hands to their head. There you go. Back up. Back up. Hands to their head. You got this. Oh, that's a good change right there. Awesome. She doesn't have to quite hang up. A little shorter. Good. That's awesome. All right. Give them a hand. Those last two were really good. So we just got rid of all the bad situations to the outsides, correct? The bad situations to the middle. And you didn't set one ball too tight or too low to them, did you, Emma? That's awesome. Now, do we have a little bit of work with maybe the footwork or hands? Absolutely. Do we have a little bit of work with their timing and their spacing? Absolutely. But we can play a match in an hour, right? And have some parameters that you know what they are trying to do out here, and you know what her job is, correct? Make sense? Okay, we're set. A lot of people are going back row. This is a pet peeve of mine. We run a lot of back row stuff. I know our men's team does. I don't think I see it enough in the high school world yet, and when I do, we're setting 14 foot. So worst type of set for a pipe or a bench is too deep. So I'll toss first. You guys want to get to an X? My goal is to make you so uncomfortable that you have to get a roll shot or shoot a ball to the corner. So that means I want you to fly. Okay? Oh, I forgot to tell you. You know how we had a sideline, you had to keep your feet behind? And we had a blue line, you had to keep your feet behind? You have a white line, you have to keep your feet behind. But I'm going to make you uncomfortable. That's my job. Holy moly, I don't think we want an X that far back. Come up a little bit. And I want your toes right on that line. Right? Okay, you got to keep your feet behind there. I love that you're uncomfortable, but you have to do your job. And remember I said you can roll or shoot into a corner. Oh, come on, gang. Ask you to do one thing now. Awesome, I love it. Come on, we're going to keep your feet behind there. I don't care where the ball goes. I really don't. Let's get an A. Let's pass our quiz. You could look goofy, do this on purpose. You can look goofy, silly, whatever, it's okay. I'm making you uncomfortable. Yes! Yes! Ooh, I think the official might have called that one. Awesome. All right, why did I start there? I made you uncomfortable with this set. Because the worst set that my set can make back row is this set. I hate this set. Everybody's going back, looking up, This is unpermissible. This is not even in consideration. You're going to lead them somewhere in this vicinity. And if you err, we're going to have that set that we just were able to do something with. At least it's in front of you. You can see it. You can see the court. You can see hands. You can make a good decision. Even if it's just coming forward and shooting it to a liability. Correct? Great? Right? Shoot it to liability. We can do that, and we can score with that. But if we make this set, then you're not going to make, right? At 14 foot. You don't have that option. Okay? Ready, Emma? You know what your job is, correct? You know what your job is? We're not going to let that official call us. That's your only job. If you're jumping, your feet better be behind there. If there's no way you can get there, fine. Come forward, shoot, goal, something. But we're not going to let them blow that whistle. We good? Love it? Oh, great shot. That was scored. Good job on the corner. Yes. That'll work. They can't call us on that. Yes. Oh, look deeper. Over that little arrow. We're going to end on a good one here. That was really close. They're getting tired, I think. Great job. There it is. Give them a hand. Within a matter of, I don't know what that was, 20 minutes, we've established some things for our outside hitters, we've established some things for our middles, we've established some things for our pipe hitters, and our center knows what I want, what the expectations are, and she has goals. Okay? Do your kids know what your expectations are? Do they know what the rules are? I love when we have our Halloween party tournament. We combine all the men and women together, and we play a variety of things, 4s, 5s, 6s. Well, since I coach both, and I'm still helping Tim with the men's team, all of our rules and all our expectations are the same. And it's amazing the level and quality of play that you can mix. And I have a reserve team or a JV also I'm going to put in there. It's amazing what that play looks like when everybody is on the same page. And I think that is the art of coaching. In the middle of all my coaching experiences, when I first came to Michigan, I was a JV coach with a coach that was probably coaching 40 or 50 years. So I was right out of college, and I had these Hall of Fame coaches. I went to practice, and I thought, wow, they're coaching things from 30 years ago. You know, as a little smart aleck 21-year-old, I thought, that's not going to work. It worked because all her kids knew what she wanted. They all did it their way. They were on the same page. You don't have to be Karch. You don't have to be Hugh. You don't have to be Russ. You don't have to be Jody. Figure out what you want to do. Be consistent. Hold them accountable. Have fun, and you'll have a great year. Because they will get better, they will come together, because everybody's on the same page. Thanks for staying late, I appreciate it.